Right, let's take a look at this question here. This is from the IGCSE exercise 6.2, 3a. The topic here is ratios, and we've got a great question here. And it says, the first bit says a paint mix uses red and white paint in a ratio of 1 to 2. So I like to write that out and put the details in there. So we've got a ratio of red to white. The column in the middle, which indicates the ratio. And this is red to white, and we know the ratio is 1 to 12. So it's mostly white with a bit of red, so it's going to look a little bit pink, I imagine. It says how much white paint, here we go, so it says how much white paint will be needed to mix with 1.4 litres of red paint. So we know that this bit here is 1.4. And this bit here is, well, question mark. It's x. So we've got a ratio here. We know the ratio is 1 to 12. We also know the ratio is 1.4 to x. So there's a whole bunch of ways you could do this, and you pretty much can't get it wrong, provided that you don't cross these over. So you could compare 1 and 12 with 1.4 and x. Let's try that. So 1 and 12 with, so 1 and 12 with the same way round, 1.4 and x. 1.4 and x. Okay, that's one way of doing it. You could also compare the other way around. You can go 12 and 1 and x and 1.4. Same thing. You could go 1 and 1.4 and 12 and x. Or 1.4 and 1 and x and 12. Let's do that last one. 1.4 and 1. 1.4 and 1. That way round and that way round with x and 12. Now, these should all work out exactly the same. Let's see if this one does. 1 times x is x. I'll write that actually over here, yeah, so you can see. So x equals, cross multiplied, 12 times 1.4. Let's do it on the calculator so we can see it play out. 12 times 1.4, 12 times 1.4, there it is. Here we go, 1.4. And it's 16.8 is what we're looking for. I'll write it actually out. Okay, 1.4 times 12, which so x is equal to 16.8. There we are. Now that would be litres, so we have a space and we have an L. So the amount, if we've got 1.4 litres of red, we're going to need 16.8 litres of white. Let's do the same thing again using this method here. And you'll notice it plays out exactly the same way. Because 1 times x is x, there it is. And 1.4 times 12 is again 16.8 litres. And that's how we solve that. All right, so that's 3.8, sorry, that's question 3, part A. Hope that makes sense.